What's up everybody, Sunkist here, and in today's video we're going to be re-reviewing the Elder's Mark. I definitely think that this weapon has pretty quickly became the king of DPS for Commando specifically, so we're going to go ahead and make a build on it, and I think that will be applicable to the new season and the current season. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, definitely hit the like button and subscribe. I'll catch you at the end. All right, so this build isn't necessarily for farming the EN06, but we can just see how it does. Get our food ready to spam here. But he's not doing too bad so far. I think if I can spam a little bit of coffee maybe here. Or is it canned coffee? I wasn't even using my stealth bonus either, so I think we'll be able to get it done in one go here. So, got it done in one go. That was a little bit messy, but you can see with a little bit of practice, you probably could get that closer to a minute, but I just kind of went in blind with it, to be honest. Damage is pretty good. It'll get the job done, that's for sure. Pretty meta roll. This is what everybody's rolling with these days, and it makes the most sense given that the bullet store mechanic is incoming, but got quad. It's already rolled with weapon speed on it from the factory, if you will, so that's pretty convenient because that's the best roll. Less AP cost so we can stay in VATS as long as possible, and conductors to not have to use as much coffee for staying in VATS. You could use like pinpointers or polished here if you really wanted to maximize your damage and you just have an unlimited supply to consumables. Yeah, so this is just what I run. All right, we can test this on some Mirelurks here. It kind of just shreds through the normal one, so not even really worried about using stealth necessarily here. Maybe I'll use it to get some perception for those further away enemies, but see, I'm not even really having any issue with them here. Kind of just mows right through them. I mean, most guns, honestly, you can cut through regular mobs pretty quickly. So we will go ahead and throw a grenade at this Mirelurk Queen in just a moment. Hope that reaches there. And then get our stealth bonus here. Oh, that damage was not registering. And oh yeah, once the damage actually started registering there and it was crippled, it did melt pretty quickly. Next season, I know Mirelurk Queens do have a buff going on to them, so it'll be a little bit harder to take down, but I'd say it gets the job done pretty good. All right, let's see how we do against the Supermoons here. Do I even have Modern Renegade on? Yeah, I don't even have Modern Renegade on, so we could be doing more limb damage. I did change up the build a little bit. I mean, there's like, the thing with this build is you can swap a few of the perk cards and agility depending on what you're doing. Like if you're doing EN06, you maybe could swap some of these out for more limb damage stuff. If you're rocking around just fighting normal mobs, or you don't really need to do limb damage, you could take Modern Renegade off. But right now I'm kind of just running it with Gunslinger, a few Gunslinger perks, and then some of the stealth bonus damage too. So I didn't really get a chance to do stealth damage at Behemoth because he ran right at me and it was level 60, but did cut through him like butter there. Go ahead and test this on a Scorch Beast Queen here. Not Scorch Beast Queen, Scorch Beast. Get a little bit of adrenaline going too here, maybe. Just out of range, just a little too much. We're in danger. Not sure if we'll be able to get our stealth back, but we'll find out, I guess. Honestly, we didn't really need our stealth because it just kind of melted it. It didn't really matter. I could be running sneak or better armor, and that would probably help me stay in stealth here, but I can't really be bothered right now, to be honest. Especially when it's already doing this well, even without sneak. So if you wanted to, you could even run this build with some of the onslaught perk cards and, you know, run it in a non-stealth way. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it melts pretty good. Again, that's not even with stealth bonus. And I know next season, the stealth builds are actually going to be buffed quite a bit, so yeah, it's taking care of business. All right, we've gathered up a bunch of ghouls here just to see how crowd control is. If I can actually get them to follow me outside here. Well, I think this is probably as good as we're going to get, so let's just go ahead and... as you can see, I think it works pretty well for crowd control. And I still have about half a mag left, so... Man, that really felt like that really felt like playing COD Zombies back in the day. This build will be changing a decent amount next season, but I think the special point allocation is actually a good place to start. I have a lot of points spec'd into strength, which is going to have the new bullet storm mechanic, which allows you to do extra damage for the amount of shots expended. So that's going to be one of the main differences next season. But luckily, with the way this build is set up, you definitely could subtract a few of these cards and add bullet storm in there instead. All right, so taking a look at our class here, I'll go ahead and show you the special perks, the special point allocation, and this is before our legendary perk cards are active. And legendary perk cards, we have taking one for the team, follow through for when we are using stealth, and then 4 legendary special cards. If you don't plan to use stealth with this build at all, you definitely could get rid of follow through and just run an extra special card. For strength, we have a couple of carry weight perks and brick wall. Since we're a ghoul, it's a really nice benefit to not be staggered. Easy target for extra damage to crippled target, or extra damage to crippled targets. Scattered shot to spread out our limb damage, and pack rat just because so many enemies drop a ton of junk nowadays. Number cruncher, concentrated fire, downranger, tormentor, tank killer, and center masochist. These are all mostly damage related perks. Center concentrated fire mostly just because it's got an insanely fast rate of fire, and the more shots you shoot, the more accurate you become. So I think it's good to just run concentrated fire with this build. In endurance, we got glowing gut, life giver, ironclad, and fireproof. And charisma, we just have strange numbers. And we just have science and batteries included. I also use this to run my Enclave Plasma rifle and flamer sometimes, so that's why I just included science and as well, and the batteries included. Over in agility, right now I have it spec'd for kind of a half stealth and half onslaught. Again, if you're not using any stealth, then you could get rid of all the stealth related cards here and just replace this with onslaught related cards. Gunfu, kind of a must-have at this point for me. I really like the target switch or target swapping you get after you defeat enemies. And over in luck, we have a pretty standard luck tree here. We have ricochet just to reflect some damage back, 4-leaf clover to essentially increase our accuracy over time since this fills your crit meter. Crit meters are guaranteed hits. 4-leaf clover is just always going to be a great perk. Critical savvy, faulty spots, and glowing criticals just to make sure we can make use of those extra cool perks. And 2 ranks of bloody mess. One thing you'll notice is I am not using any of the ghoul perks that expends glow to do extra damage. You certainly could do that if you want to, mostly on PC because you can bind Toxic Goo to just a single key and spam it really easily. On controller or console, there's not really a good way to do that right now, so I most of the time don't use those cards on my ghoul characters unless I'm doing like a sniper build or like a stealth single fire weapon build, just because you don't use glow as fast. But when you're using full auto weapons, your glow just disappears. For our armor, we have a full set of Nocturnal, +2 intelligence, through hikers, and limit breaking. Next season, I believe if you want to crit every other shot, you're going to want to have +2 luck and limit breaking. I just have +2 intelligence on here because, like I said, I do use Enclave Plasma Rifles and Enclave Plasma Flamers quite a bit, so this helps you do extra damage. And one of the pieces will have Chameleon as well to activate our Nocturnals. For the mutations, I'll show you that quick here. We have Adrenal Reaction, Bird Bones, Eagle Eyes, Egghead, Herbivore, Herd Mentality, Marsupial, and Speed Demon. And the buffs that we'll be running is Blight Soup, Company... Well, a lot of them ran out, but Blight Soup, Company Tea, and then we also run a Ballistic Gun Crit Magazine and a Small Guns Bobblehead. And I mostly just pop Psycho Buff as well, since I need to fill my Feral meter, and that's just my preferred chem. Thank you so much for making it to this point of the video. Really hope you enjoyed. And if you did, hit that like button and subscribe to spread this video to a further audience. And let me know in the comments down below what you think of the Elder's Mark. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.